It was up. Here needs to be done, so it just happens sometimes like that. But anyways, number 11. I'm already 3 days in. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days in. So real quick, what I'll say about I'm still moving, still living in like temporary facilities. But I'm on 11, and what I hope so far has come to fruition. Like it's getting less painful, and y'all know my folks who've been watching my history. The bottom ones are really jagged, but they're getting more. Of course, they're straightening out, and like before, taking the top one's always been easy to take off and on because my top row is pretty straight. It's been straight from the get. They're just doing, I guess, some finer adjustments, but that one's never been hard to get off and on. But the bottom row, where a lot of my issues are down here, it still doesn't look very straight, but it's much more straight. It was always a hard like to pop it and off it, like take it off. It would like pop like because they were just so jagged and the liner would just be so in there. But now it slides off and on pretty easily, even with the little nubs on there, the attachments. I mean, it just pops off and on. And I think it's a product of my teeth becoming, more aligned. So, like I said, pain is still sensitive, but the pain that I was having is kind of gone. We'll see. I still have a ways to go, of course, but been pretty chill. And what's the last thing? I'm about to say something. Something I was gonna say. Oh, a couple of videos ago, I was talking about how as this row here was being straightened, they're being, I think, moved forward, and some of them were like when I bite down, it would just kind of catch different upper teeth, and it was kind of, you ever have your teeth kind of like grind together, and it kind of like just make like a weird little kind of like grinding feeling in your mouth. It was not painful, just kind of annoying. It stopped. So I think there's been enough movement on the bottom row to align them more correctly. So now when I bought down and I chew, they're not, the one tooth's not catching anymore. So usually, like for the past, I would say week and a half, since between 9 and now I'm on 11. So between 9 and 11, that's 3 weeks, 9 to 11, 3 weeks. I'm at 2.5 weeks now. I just put on 11, but it's taken like 2.5 weeks to kind of adjust it to where it's not me. Because for a couple of weeks, whenever I was eating food, I had to like eat real slow because the teeth they would hit and kind of make a weird chalkboardish feeling in my mouth. It was kind of annoying, but the alignment I think has adjusted enough to where it doesn't do that anymore. So I'm thankful for that because I was getting concerned, like, is something wrong? Is my teeth being aligned improperly? But I think it was just these teeth here getting shifted to where they're not so far. Like before, they were far back on my mouth, so when I bit down, they would be like way in the back, like pointing backwards almost. But now I think they've gotten past the point of where maybe they were pointing straight up and they shouldn't have been, because I think your teeth naturally have a little bit of a lean forward or whatever. But yeah, so it's much better. And lastly, this Thursday is my first appointment with my new ortho, so I see him, or I think I see him on Thursday of this week. So I'll be line number 12. So I think they do that normally. They normally have their appointments on your, changing of your aligner day, whatever that day is. So I told them Thursday, so they made my appointment for Thursday the 30th. So I have my first appointment with my new ortho. I'm looking forward to that. So they can kind of just make sure everything's going the way it should be going, which it feels like it is because, like I said, it's a lot better. And so yeah, and right here, see that line right there? It's almost lined up with this. Like before, this tooth here was over here. So this line was like that. That's how it used to be, like there. And now it's like that. And when I go like this, it's even almost lined up completely. So a lot of shifting of all these to my right, your left if you're looking at the video. But these are all shifting like this, which they should, because these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, should be in the middle. And like that one right there was like back in no man's land by itself, and now it's being pulled forward, shifting those over. So the journey still continues, but I love it so far. And I'm on 11, 12's coming up in a couple days. And what I also noticed, and someone else said in the previous video, like now I'm like months into it now. It's like it goes by fast. It seems like it's going by quicker. So like I'm like bam, bam, bam. Like I'm like, oh my God, it's time for 11. And I'm already on Saturday right now, so it's going by quick. But I will continue the videos. I'm gonna bail out. So next week's video will be my new ortho, and maybe I have some more things to tell you. Hopefully no bad news, like having to redo my aligners or anything like that, but I think I'm doing pretty good. But other than that, Invisalign journey, aligner number 11, next week is 12, deuces.